What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video. And today we are doing one of the most fun rebuilds I could think of, which is rebuilding the Los Angeles Chargers, of course, based around featuring their rookie quarterback Justin Herbert. And Herbert, despite being 0-2 in his first two career starts, he's been incredible overall. He's one of 3 quarterbacks in NFL history to throw for over 300 yards in his first 2 NFL games, joining Kyler Murray and Cam Newton. And even though he's 0-2, even though he's thrown an interception in both games, I think Justin Herbert's played really, really well. He's not only just taking what the defense gives him, but he's throwing the ball into tight windows, and he's doing so accurately and on time for the most part. There will be some rookie mistakes. Like, there's no doubt about that. He's a rookie quarterback who's played 2 games. You can't expect him to be perfect. You can't expect him to be, the best quarterback in the NFL or even in that upper echelon, top tier range in just his first couple games. But he's looked incredible so far. I think this Chargers team has a ton of potential. Injuries have held them back. I think Derwin James is the big piece of that defense that really makes them tick. And he's been injured each of the last 2 seasons. Huge loss for them. And it hurts their secondary a lot. We're going to rebuild them today and hopefully take them to the promised land, which is competing heavily in the AFC West, which features one of the league's best Kansas City Chiefs. You got the Broncos, who are on the rise with Drew Lock. I know he's injured in real life, but he'll be healthy in the game. The Raiders, with a ton of offensive firepower now. Josh Jacobs drafted Henry Ruggs in the first round. Darren Waller looks like he's going to be one of the league's best tight ends. And then Derek Carr is a formidable quarterback, even if he's nothing special. So this is not an easy division to win in. We'll see if we can add some pieces to make this a perennial contender and winner, if not a Super Bowl champion. So this video is sponsored by Hawthorne. This is my favorite shampoo I've ever used. So, I'll level with you guys. I had this ad spot opportunity come up to me, and I said, all right, give it a try. See if I like it, advertise for them. I was completely blown away by how good this stuff is. Shampoo, conditioner. They have a lot of other products as well. They even have a quiz you can take to get, tailored items to your needs. So if you have curly hair, straight hair, how often you shower, how often you shampoo, like all these different things. You take the quiz, very easy, very quick, and you can get items like personally tailored and built for you based around what type of smell you like. And these are just incredible. I love the smell, love the way it makes my hair feel. These are incredible. Can't recommend Hawthorne highly enough. The link will be in the description. You guys can get yourself a discount. Hawthorne, Bengal 10. Can't recommend them highly enough. Big shout out to Hawthorne for sponsoring the video. This is a really good product. You guys should actually check it out. Buy it if you want. I recommend it. I use it every day. Big ups to Hawthorne for sponsoring the video. Thanks again. So, of course, we're going to be starting Justin Herbert over Tyrod Taylor, who I want to call him Tyrod badly, but he said it was Tyrod. Not that it matters. He's not going to be starting long. Easton's sick in there as well. We got a rookie in Joshua Kelly, but Justin Jackson is ahead of him on the depth chart for now. Austin Eckler is our starting back. No more Melvin Gordon. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams make up a really good duo. However, there's not a lot after that. Like KJ Hill, who I get that he was good at Ohio State. He was a 7th round draft pick. He's the 4th highest rated receiver on this team. And even Joe Reed here out of Virginia. Like, there's not a ton here. Not much of a route runner at all. We need a better third receiver really badly. I think Sam Tevi actually starts in real life over Trey Pipkins. Of course, I don't know why I always remember him, but I guess because he went to a weird school in Sioux Falls. But, yeah, Pipkins is not good. Forrest Lamp. We get Mike Pouncey in here. Trey Turner, Brian Bulaga, of course, the free agent acquisition, formerly of the Green Bay Packers. Hunter Henry, Virgil Green. Not a lot after Hunter Henry, to be honest. And then defensively, it's an interesting team, because I think this is almost better suited to be a 3-4 team with Uchenna Nwosu getting time on the edge and with Kenneth Murray and Denzel Perryman both playing. It's currently set up as a 4-3. I like Jerry Tillery a lot in real life. I liked him coming out of the draft. He had some injury issues at Notre Dame, but other than that, he was fantastic. But it would be nice to get both Uchenna Nwosu and Melvin Ingram playing time. Joey Bosa is obviously going to play. Drew Tranquil, Nick Vigil in here. Kaiser White in there as well. In the secondary, I love Nasir Adderley. I think he's been burnt toast so far this year. Rayshawn Jenkins has played pretty well, but I'm going to have Nasir Adderley. And I say last year. I have not seen Rayshawn Jenkins play a ton this year. Derwin James out there. Desmond King is going to be our nickel corner. Is he listed as strong safety? I have to change all these positions to make this team fit. Casey Hayward, Chris Harris. I think Desmond King's probably going to play in the nickel anyway, but I do want him to be my third corner. So that is our defense. There are a lot of positions to move around. I'm probably going to end up trading some guys as well. Desmond King at sub linebacker? Absolutely not. No way. I want Kenneth Murray to get as much XP as possible. I'm going to move a lot of guys around, and I think, honestly, I should trade Melvin Ingram. He's 31 years old. He's a really good player. He only has star development, though. He's going to regress very, very quickly. I think I should just trade him and get him out of the way. And I know that's going to be, like, unpopular. This is not a hyper-realistic rebuild. I'll do one of those later down the line. You guys can check the rebuild playlist. I have realistic rebuilds. I have fantasy-style rebuilds where kind of anything goes. We trade older players to get as much value as we can. I think Melvin Ingram should be traded. We'll start Uchenna Nwosu, who is significantly younger, with higher potential in the game. He's only 23 years old. He's got the same development trait, and he's going to go up in overall while Melvin Ingram goes down. He's going to regress even after this year, and his contract situation is not in a good spot for us. If you check it out, 1 year remaining. His cap hit is 17 mil right now, almost, and it's even going to get higher if we had to extend him. I just don't think I can bring Melvin Ingram back at all. So then Uchenna Nwosu can play just fine. Melvin Ingram's no longer blocking him on the depth chart. I should probably trade one of these cornerbacks, and it should be Casey Hayward, just because he has star development. He'll regress a little bit more quickly than Chris Harris, who I think is older, 31, but has superstar development, which means he will not regress quite as quickly. So might make a move on one of these corners. Probably not. I'll just end up moving Desmond King, and I think we should be fine. I think Desmond King, who I'm moving into cornerback, is also due for an extension, if I had to guess. I'm pretty sure that he is. I know there's some issue going on in real life where he is unhappy with his playing situation and contract situation. Is he up? Yeah, he has 1 year remaining. So that's going to be a big contract for him. It might be better if I actually just kept him as a backup strong safety and paid him as a safety as opposed to a corner. That might not be a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. Didn't even talk about the money badger, by the way. And then Ty Long is not even a player I'm familiar with. Might try to trade Tyrod Taylor as well. Other than that, there's not too much to trade here. So it might just be Melvin Ingram and maybe Tyrod Taylor. Okay, so really, really ridiculous first trade. I'm well aware. But, you know, it is what it is. We're giving good value to them as well. Melvin Ingram, a second-round pick, which is projected to be, you know, nearly a first, number 36 overall. And Tyrod Taylor, they needed a quarterback, and they had interest in him, which is wild. We're getting a first-round pick and Quentin Nelson. So we are improving our offensive line a lot. Now, Quentin Nelson could stay at left guard. We could also slide him over to tackle. I think he has the athleticism and the capability of playing that. Certainly has a size at 6'5", 330. He's just so fun to watch at guard. Like he's an actual offensive lineman that is fun to watch, which is rare. But he is something else. Quentin Nelson is a monster. I think we're going to put him at left tackle for now just to fill that gap. Probably will end up being our franchise guy over there. I know it's not exactly super realistic to move a guard over to tackle, but I think he has the capability to do so. And, yeah, we got him for not too much. Trading a first-round pick, a 6 and a 7 to the Dolphins. This is basically a first-round pick swap. I think the Dolphins are going to be worse than we are. I think this team is much better than the Dolphins are. And I think Herbert's going to lead us to the promised land. Y'all have seen the team change up, you know, everything that needed to be changed. Desmond King in the slot. Keenan Allen is our slot receiver on the offensive side of the ball. And we're going to simulate now to the midseason mark. Auto scouting is on. I think all my settings are correct. So I will meet back up with you there. We'll do some contract extensions, everything that needs to be done, and then head to the offseason. Well, I mean, playoffs could be a playoff team, so let's not jump the gun on that. Exactly, 5-3. I didn't think we'd be picking inside the top 5. We're at the top of the AFC West, in fact. So that move is already paying dividends. Let's see here. Desmond King, Hunter Henry, Rayshon Jenkins is here. Denzel Perryman. I have no interest in Denzel Perryman, by the way. He was getting paid a lot. Don't want him. Mike Pouncey, I think, would be worthwhile to bring back. Maybe even on a 2-year deal. and we'll look to replace him in the draft. So Pouncey's back. Not a bad contract at all. Hunter Henry, when healthy, one of the better tight ends in the league. This is not a bad contract at all. Bump up this money a little bit as well. Hunter Henry is re-signed long-term. And then Desmond King's the most important one because he will be our top corner in a bit. So I need to lock him up long-term, and he indeed is locked up long-term, and his position will be changed to cornerback at the end of next year. I just want to make sure everyone's in their proper depth chart spot so we're not missing anything. Just to be certain. Yeah, Desmond King's still in the slot. So he will be changed to cornerback. I don't want him getting upgraded as a safety, though. So I might just change his position now, and I don't think that will screw up anything in the depth chart, but you never know. Haven't talked too much about their rookies, but Alohi Gilman here out of Notre Dame, he could definitely play some type of role for us. Joe Reed, Joshua Kelly. I guess I did address a lot of the rookies, but I don't even know like who else is in here on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not really recognizing a lot of rookies here. Like I saw one there in Asmar Bilal, but I don't even know who that is. So there are not a lot of rookies in here at all. Who did the Chargers draft on defense? Nobody? Seems like they just took, what, Herbert in the first. Who was their second round pick? Ah, that's right. They didn't have one. They traded up to get Kenneth Murray, who we did address. I was talking about guys we didn't address. So I know already in the comments to me like, oh, Kenneth Murray's a rookie. I'm well aware. But we re-signed everyone that needed to be re-signed. Should I just hold this Coach XP and buy quarterback training boost? No. We'll do that next year. I'll get DB and linebacker. I'll get linebacker for now. We can't afford DB. Wow. We would only end up going 8-8, finishing second in the division. Total collapse. Still made the playoffs. Got in barely with a wild card spot. What happened the second half of the season? We had the third best offense. Herbert had a year in terms of yards. Not a ton of touchdowns. Defense let us down slightly in terms of yards. 8th in points scored. So the offense was really moving. Defense kind of let us down a little bit. Justin Herbert with one of the best rookie years you're ever going to see. In fact, he set the record for both passing yards and touchdowns in a season by a rookie quarterback. So great start for him. Eckler wasn't too great. Averaged less than 4 yards per carry, but we'll see what he did as a receiver because that's a lot of where he earns his living as well. Only 21 catches, but for 200 yards, though, is pretty good. Mike Williams, 1,200 yards, 9 TDs. 820 yards for Joe Reed. So we need a good third receiver. Keenan Allen had almost 1,600 yards on 93 catches, 8 touchdowns. Great year for him. Defensively, Kenneth Murray, great year, 119 tackles, 9 for loss, which appears to have led the team. 2 sacks, 3 picks. It actually didn't. Our defensive line was active. Joey Bosa, 10.5 sacks, led the team. 7 for Nwosu, 3 for Drew Tranquil, 2.5. Jerry Tillery, 2 for Kenneth Murray. Interceptions, 3 for Kenneth Murray, led the way. Chris Harris, Casey Hayward, a lot of guys all with 1. Nasir Adderley in there as well. So as much as maybe we don't need to change the offensive playbook, the defensive playbook does need to change as Herbert finishes at number 8 in NFL MVP. He should be up top near Offensive Player of the Year, and he is at number 3, and he would have won Rookie of the Year as Colin Kaepernick in there with the Broncos at 8. Defensive Player of the Year is Von Miller. No Chargers. Offensive Rookie of the Year, yeah, not a shock. It is Justin Herbert. So that is great to see. As he is up to, what is that, 77 overall? Great. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Patrick Queen. Kenneth Murray just misses out and finishes at number 2. No other Chargers in there. But overall, a fantastic year for us. Even sneaking into the playoffs is great. You know, we weren't really shooting to make the playoffs as much as we were just developing these players. So we'll simulate this week, see if we can beat the Buffalo Bills. They're a tough team in sim, but we do end up winning by a field goal. And now it's the Ravens in the divisional as we'll upgrade Jerry Tillery to a 75 overall. This could be a tough one. Ravens are very, very good, and we win by a touchdown. And now it's the most overpowered team in simulation. It is the Cleveland Browns. Made the playoffs at 10-5-1 in the conference championship. Shot at the Super Bowl here with a victory, and it doesn't happen. It's going to be Browns, 49ers, Super Bowl 55. We're moving to the offseason, but a great year. Made the conference championship in year 1 under the leadership of Justin Herbert, and of course the rest of this Chargers team. Forrest Lamp is in here. which I wasn't even aware of. I don't know why he's so far down the board here. I want to say former top second round pick. This all feels familiar. I think they rebuilt the Chargers on Madden 20 near the end of the year. Is he worth a 4-year deal? Probably not. He's probably worth a 3-year deal, and we can trade him if he doesn't develop like I want him to. He is 27. Development starts to get a little bit dicey, even for offensive linemen at that range. But we're going to start the offseason. I highly doubt we sign anyone too impactful in free agency with this money. But if someone's in here we can't turn down, you never know. Casey Hayward's down below an 87 overall at this point. Marcus Williams would be a big signing. I think I might stick with this year Adderley or draft somebody. I just don't think we have the money to extend someone long term. Yannick Ngakoue is here. So it looks like the Vikings didn't even do that. Yeah, there's not anyone I'm super interested in signing here. Carl Lawson would be nice, but obviously no need for him. We banked on Uchenna Nwosu developing, and as you can see, he's an 80 overall. So there's no need there. And let's go ahead and compare him to Melvin Ingram. Where do we trade Melvin Ingram? To the Colts? Let's see what his overall is. So he is down to an 86, and Nwosu's already up to an 80. I think it's pretty much paying off already. So Herbert only has star development. It didn't even go up. It seems like improviser is the thing to upgrade, most people were saying. For my Jaguars franchise. I didn't even see what he got. Doesn't really matter. I want to get him out of strong arm. I want to develop his accuracy. But am I missing anything on here? I don't think anyone got upgraded that I can tell in terms of development trait on the offense side of the ball. On defense, Kenneth Murray is revealed to have star. Drew Tranquill, I believe, is up to star. So I think linebacker is one of the top needs of this team. We need our defense to step up, and of course, with no Denzel Perriman, that's going to be imperative to bring somebody in. And of course, we're going to pick up the 5th-year option on Quentin Nelson. He's phenomenal. I wish we didn't have to pay him like a tackle, but we're going to have to. Another 5th-year option in that same draft class, this would have been for Derwin James. And yes, he will be brought back as well, absolutely, without question. Derwin James needs to return. Again, he is the lifeblood of this Chargers defense. So that trade definitely worked out with the Dolphins. We're picking at number 2 overall. Broncos at number 1. Looks like Colin Kaepernick did not bring them to the promised land. But let me go ahead and see who's available. See who we might want to take. Troy Berry, maybe the brother of Eric Berry here. Like, pretend. Looks to be pretty interesting. B- man coverage at safety. Only 5'9". There are some really, really good players in this class, especially down the board. So we might be navigating this board quite a bit, making trades. And unfortunately, linebacker is not really a position where I'm finding a lot of guys. Unless we were moved to unless we were to move to a 4-3. We got a baller here. Skip the combine out of Wisconsin. Screams good linebacker. But these are 3rd-round guys. I mean, these are talented players that are, again, super far down the board. So I didn't even notice them at first glance. But I think we might move to a 3-4 and draft an edge rusher. I mean, Miles Williams, we need a cornerback, looks to be a monster. Again, there are a lot of really, really good players in this draft class. We have options. The top guy in the draft, Jaden Dansby, looks unbelievable. If he is available, I am drafting him. Don't care. However, I will not be trading up for him. So, if he gets drafted by the Broncos, which I think there's a good chance that they do take him, we will be trading down from number 2. And Jaden Dansby is selected. He's an 81 overall. That is, I want to say, the highest overall I've seen this year. That is a ridiculously high overall. But yeah, I can't take this pick. There's just no one in the immediate range. And there are players down the board that I like quite a bit. So even if I trade down to like number 7, we're still going to be in a really good spot. And even if I trade down to 15, still a really good spot. So trading a 1 this year and a 1 next year, it's projected to be number 4 again. So the value is just way too good there. I'm trading for number 3 overall, number 27 overall, and number 35 overall. Huge package with the Jets. And I'm also probably going to trade that pick down. And I'm going to find the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I imagine they're going to be pretty bad. And I want number 12, number 21 if I can get. I can't get 3 first-round picks probably for this pick. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I gotta back out to get that pick to register. A lot more stuff is happening. We're trading number 3, number 20, and a third-round pick next year for number 5, number 37, and a first-round pick next year from the Lions. I told you guys a lot of board navigation was going to happen due to the strength of this draft class and where players were located on the board. So have to make trades, have to be aggressive while getting good value for the picks that we don't really want. So we've moved back. We have number 5 and number 27. We have 2 second-round picks, a third, a fourth, a fifth. First next year, and I think the second next year was already ours. I'm not necessarily done. I think this would be a good spot to trade number 5 with the Jags, maybe. Not sure. Could take a cornerback at this spot. The value associated with this pick is just not right. I've been trying to trade, and I don't even think I could offer number 5 for number 11 straight up. I don't think that would be accepted. I'm not going to try it, but based on what I'm trying to get for number 5, I just don't think it's possible. I don't think the correct value is associated with that pick. Like, I'm trying to trade with the Jaguars. I want 12 and 21, and I'm willing to trade number 5 and number 27, and that still isn't getting it done. And I think the value is certainly there. They move up pretty much the same amount of spots that they drop down. They're even getting a better deal slightly, and they're moving inside the top 5. And how does that trade not go through? I think we might even be taking a slight loss there, and it's still not getting it done, which I just think is wild. And even if I were to add a 4th-round pick, it still doesn't really move at all. So I think it's just in a dumb spot. I don't even think a 2nd-round pick changes it next year. I just don't think it does. All right, well, it barely did. That's a pick I kind of wanted. We might be losing a little bit of value here. It's just when I factor in cap hit of a top 5 pick for a player I don't want at that range, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So we have 12 and 21 now. I'd like to get a 2nd-round pick next year somehow. That corner is gone. It was never really my intention to take him. The 2 guys, Floyd Merriweather. Interesting. Reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. I want Adrian McDougald and I want Carlos Perkins. Those are the 2 players I want. Carlos Perkins looks to be very, very good. Could play defensive end in our 3-4. So I like that a lot. And then Adrian McDougald appears to be one of the best offensive linemen in the class, one of the better centers I've ever seen. And then this receiver, Jamie Jackson, he looks solid. I think he'd be excellent in the slot. But is he really worth a 1st-round pick to me? I think he is. But that means I would have to trade up to get one of those players that I don't want slipping. I do not want to miss out on McDougald. I do not want to miss out on Carlos Perkins. There are players down the board as well that we talked about that I do want on the team really badly, especially in the 3rd round. So I can't miss out on these guys. We need a 3rd receiver really badly. We're going to take Jamie Jackson and then figure it out. He is number 5 in the class. Took him at number 12. Only normal development, but he's going to be able to fly. 94 speed, 94 acceleration. Good deep route running. Short and medium, not so great. Medium's nice, but not amazing. Change of direction, super high. He can immediately be a kick returner at worst. He'll be our slot receiver. He'll be our third highest rated receiver, and I think kind of by a lot. So good pick for us, certainly. We're going to simulate to 21. I hope nobody's gone that we wanted, and then I might have to trade up like to 22. I do not want to risk any of these players not being available, and I think I might just take McDougald right now. He's probably the top center available. There's just no way I can let him slip. And then Perkins, I think I'm going to have to trade up to the next pick. I do not trust it. We're going to take the center, Adrian McDougald, right now. 76 overall, number 4 in the class. Took him at 21, only normal development. This is our Mike Pouncey replacement next year, or 2 years from now. This was just too good of a player to pass up. That's what it came down to. So, had to take him. Ooh, I like the Wilcox Bros narrative. Sheldon, skipped the combine, baller tight end. Said, hey, Roger Goodell, I'm not doing your damn combine. Skip the combine merch, link in the description. My merch store, you can get that. I like it a lot. And then Nathan Wilcox out of Washington. Both are 6'3" and higher. Pretty big. Wilcox went to the combine. This one did. However, the other middle linebacker who I like more, Lamar Wilds out of Wisconsin. Another baller, skipped the combine. I prefer him. He looks to be very, very solid. I'm just trying to figure out what picks I don't mind trading here. And we just have 2 picks at the top of the 2nd round that I want to move up to get this this defensive end. value is going to be tricky to work out. So I'm trading Mike Pouncey in a third. We drafted our backup center. I'm just going to trade him now. I know I extended him. Sign and trade. We're getting number 22. I'm drafting this edge, and I'm just going to reach on the rest of the players. We need a solid edge rusher for moving to a 3-4, which I think better suits this team. Nwosu back to outside linebacker. We're going to still draft some more players. Nwosu is going to be a big part of this team going forward, and I think Carlos Perkins will be as well. A lot of versatility with him, and he's a 75 overall, number 6 in the class. Took him at 22. I just couldn't risk him slipping. Yeah, he only has normal development because everybody has that in this game. He's got 83 speed, 85 power moves. I'd like to know what he can do in coverage to see if he's someone that could move outside. He's a little bit, heavier than a typical 3-4 outside linebacker might be. But we can't fat shame. Can't hold that against him. As I mentioned, I'm just going to reach for the players I want. I think John Thompson looks worse than Trayvon McNeil, other than his athleticism, and that bumps him up a lot. He's got 4.77 speed at defensive tackle at 313 pounds, 43 bench reps. Top skills include B+ block shedding. Don't know if he's much of a pass rusher, but could be a really good nose tackle. It's just a little bit too early for me to draft him specifically. I don't really need the tight end, as cool as that would be. My 2 picks are going to be Lamar Wilds and John Thompson. Here's the first one. Wilds, 73 overall, star better development. That's what I'm talking about. Number 15 in the draft. Took him at 35, 89 speed, 76 head power, 72 block shedding. Even his zone coverage is not bad at 65. Yeah, we definitely have something there in Lamar Wilds. He's going to run wild on our defense next to Kenneth Murray. So back-to-back linebackers in the top 2 rounds of the draft for us. I am going to take this defensive tackle to offer us a lot of scheme versatility. I think Trayvon McNeil looks really, really good as well. Really solid player, but John Thompson just has athleticism that cannot be beat, and he's number 2 in the draft. Took him at 37, only normal development. This whole extra reorder is killing me. He's got 76 power moves, which is actually really good. 81 block shed, 80 speed to go with 95 strength. I mean, John Thompson has the look of one of the best defensive tackles in the league already. Stud player. And now I'm wondering, how do I trade up for anybody else that I want? We don't pick again till the 4th round. I don't need Wilcox. I don't really need any of these guys. It would be nice to be able to draft them. Really, the only one that I look for at this point is Trayvon McNeil. But that 4th round pick, it's not worth it if these guys are not available. So if I can turn that 4th into a 3rd and give myself some options, I mean, I got to do that. 4 and a 5 and a 4 for a 3. All right, we managed to get number 94. I tried to get higher picks. Wasn't really working out. We didn't move up a ton. These players might be gone at this point. I hope that they're not. Okay, there's still 2 players here. Nate Matthews, a receiver, who we don't really need. And then Trayvon McNeil, who I think is a stud anyway. I'm going to take him. Beef up that defensive line. He's only a 73. Ranked number 15. Was another player ranked 15? They're tied. Usually it doesn't do that, though. 89 strength, 83 power moves to go with 73 block shed, 74 speed. He's a really good player as well. He's just not the same athlete. You subtract speed and strength, and he's just that much worse. But he's a really good player. We have a lot on the defensive line to work with. And I know we don't have a ton of picks next year. We did a lot of weird trades this year, had a lot of high picks. But I think it's going to make the team that much better in the future. We're in a really good spot. So this is going to be the team, starting off with the specialists. Special teams, we got our rookie receiver as our punt and kick returner. I don't know if this 3-4 is going to work. I'm trying something a bit different because we have a lot of defensive linemen on this team. I think once Linval Joseph leaves, it's going to be a lot more clear. He is 32 years old. He's someone I probably should look to trade right now anyway and just go like Jerry Tillery, Perkins, Thompson if we're running a 3-4. I know it's a team that could also work in a 4-3. I just feel like this is where we get our best rookies on the field. Starting 3 of them as opposed to only starting like 1 or 2 at most. I feel like this works a little bit better. Maybe earn some development traits. If not, we can revert it. But this is about earning development traits for these rookies. you know, getting them off to a really hot start. So Joey Bosa, you know, not really a true outside linebacker, but in a 3-4, we're still going to have him as our primary pass rusher. So that shouldn't really matter. I like the way the defense looks a lot. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and our rookie, of course, Jamie Jackson will be a great receiving core. Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert. Pretty good offensive line. No Mike Pouncey anymore, but I think McDougal is more than going to make up for that. So this should be a really, really good team. I don't know where I want to spend my Coach XP right now. I might just hold for QB. We need DB, but I don't really have anyone that needs that too badly. D-line I should do. So I canceled at week 8. We're 4-2 in a pretty good spot, but a lot of the other teams in the AFC West are as well, as no one is below 500. Still don't have enough XP for Justin Herbert. Not that it's even mattering at this point, as he's developing pretty quickly. We're close. I think I'm going to hold on to it for now until we can get enough points to upgrade quarterback. And the reason I stopped it at this point was because we might need to trade some players, just based on where we are. But I think I'm just going to not. Oh, there's so many free agents. Mike Williams, Uchenna Nwosu, I need for sure. Trey Turner, I think I also need. But Chris Harris and Casey Hayward are both, like, old. Hayward is getting traded right now. No. Chris Harris is. Chris Harris is getting traded. Casey Hayward can stay. And the reason Chris Harris is not a scheme fit, higher development trait, might add more trade value, is older, worse coverage, worse speed. Chris Harris is gone. He's just got to get traded for the future of this team. Linval Joseph should be traded as well. But Williams, Nwosu, probably Turner need extensions. Trey Turner's expensive right now. That might be a franchise tag and wait to see what he does type situation. But Linval Joseph needs to go. We have the rookies to play to back it up. We're going to be fine. We just have to make moves where extending players doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. We need to make moves for the future. We got to be thinking ahead. Oh, yes. Lamar Wild's superstar X Factor ability. Momentum shift. Also secure tackler. That's a draft pick right there. We made the right decision on Lamar Wilds, let me tell you. 76 overall in his rookie year. Superstar X Factor development. That is super rare to get. So even though we went over with drafting non-normal guys other than him, he's 21 years old with superstar X Factor. He is a monster. Should we trade Linval Joseph back to the Giants? Are they good now? 32. What is going on? Let's trade him to the Jags. It might be Linval Joseph and Chris Harris for those set of picks. All right, big trade. And Drew Tranquil is actually headed over as well. Good player, good development trait. Just no space on the team if we're running a 3-4. Linval Joseph, Chris Harris Jr., Drew Tranquil for a 1 and a 2 this year. I just think that was the right move, because we're not just playing for this year. We got a little bit worse. Not really that much worse, because we still have 2 good corners in Casey Hayward and Desmond King. We're not getting rid of both of them, even if I don't extend Casey Hayward long term. At least we have him for this season, and Desmond King. And then on the defensive line, Jerry Tillery can play now and develop. We got Thompson, Perkins. They're going to be great out there. I just think it was the best move for our team long term, and that's how you have to think. And there's no point to Wilds really even playing over Murray. But, well, I mean, maybe if he can even develop faster, become a higher overall than Murray, which almost certainly will happen. Maybe that's our motivation to do that. Joe Reed, I do not want in the slot, so get him out of there. Casey Hayward probably won't want more than a year or 2, so we can afford that. It's kind of a shame he's not face scanned into the game. 84 down to an 80. I'm going to give him a 2-year contract based on how I think his regression is going to work. And then Trey Turner, again, like, I just can't give him a 3-year deal. Nah, I can actually. I'll give him a 3-year deal. Trey Turner's back. The reason is I think that at most he's going to regress to an 80. Am I really going to need to draft a guard that can progress that high up, like, in a year or 2? I just don't think it's going to matter. So Trey Turner can get extended. I don't love the money, but we have it, so we're fine for right now. I'm going to stop the simulation. I think we'll have enough Coach XP on to buy the quarterback package. We're 8-5. Should be able to make the playoffs with that record. Or what that record is on pace for, I should say. So, just got to beat the Chiefs here. Big divisional game. Get after it, boys. 9-7 made the wild card round again as the Broncos went 9-7. The Raiders went 8-8. Chiefs went 7-8-1. Really close AFC West. The offense took a step backwards overall, but Herbert looked to be great. And the defense was bad, which is a little surprising. I think Detroit has been pretty good for me in the past. I wonder why that is. Players aren't amazing just yet. Herbert with another really good year, though. Rushing, Eckler definitely improved overall, I would say. Receiving, Jamie Jackson, hell of a year for a rookie. 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns. Hunter Henry, great year. Keenan Allen, great year. Mike Williams was very solid as well. Defensively, Lamar Wilds had one of the best rookie years you're going to see. 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 3 picks, 116 total tackles, led the team. Tackles for loss, 14 for Nwosu. Joey Bosa had 11.5 sacks, led the team. Nwosu, 8.5. 7 for John Thompson. Love that. 4 for Wilds, 4 for Tillery. Our rookies were getting after it. Derwin James had 4 picks, as did Casey Hayward. I feel like our team played really well. Went 9-7, can't really complain. We're certainly trending upwards. And then MVP goes to Cam Newton. Justin Herbert just misses out, finishing at number 2. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Cam Newton. Herbert at number 3 somehow. Don't really get how that makes sense. Defensive Player of the Year, Dante Hightower. Lamar Wilds, the rookie, at 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamie Jackson. Let's go. A rookie receiver. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, not shockingly, is Lamar Wilds. Jaden Dansby is up to an 84 overall as a rookie. That is crazy, and didn't even win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That is wild, wild, wild. No pun intended with Lamar Wilds, but we're going to simulate here, see if we can beat the Bills in the wild card. A lot of wild going on, and we can't. Lose by less than a touchdown. Disappointing. But that's the way she goes sometimes, as we will go to the offseason. Did we get anyone with a development trade upgrade? Show me Herbert. Yes, well-deserved. Herbert up to superstar development. So, love to see that. He's got quick draw and anchored extender. I guess, do we keep it in the scheme fit? I think Field General is going to upgrade his accuracy a little bit more. And it still has a scheme fit anyway. And then we get his accuracy up a bit. I think that's going to be the most important right now. Jackson up to star development. That is what we wanted. Now our receiving core is set. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, got star development. It's exactly where we want to be. Defensively, okay, so we did have some. Thompson goes up to star development, and he's already going to be a monster. I think that's pretty apparent. He's going to be really, really good. Jerry Tillery, Perkins didn't really do too much. Wilds is going to be up to an 80 already. Field General is going to make him so good. I mean, he's already amazing. He is already really, really good. And he just probably got an ability because of that. And what was it? He got... Oh, I thought at 80 overall you get one. Maybe he just had it already. I don't know. So Casey Hayward down to an 84. That's where I thought he would be, and I think he's going to go down to an 80 next year. Could end up trading him. Could also move to the Broncos defense if we're sticking in a 3-4. If we move back to a 4-3, I mean, Perkins just seems like a backup at this point. So we would have Bosa on the line, Tillery and Thompson on the inside, Nwosu on the edge. Nwosu and Bosa, I think I might have messed those up. And then Wilds, Murray, and we would still need an off-the-ball linebacker. I know I traded Drew Tranquil. I'm aware of it. Need a safety maybe, need a corner. Offensively, we are perfect. There's not a position I want to upgrade here. Receiver, 3 great ones. Running back, great. Quarterback, great. Tight end, great. Offensive line at this point is really good. It's all about defense. It's free safety and an off-the-ball linebacker. Or we could move Nwosu back if there's a good enough edge rusher available. Have to see what's available in free agency. Can't just go out here spending money willy-nilly. Jair would be big. We get him a lot. Saquon Barkley's here with no offers. Fred Warner's here. No offers. I have to offer these guys. At least Fred Warner. Bulaga's contract set to expire. The next free agent class is really strong on tackle. Have to extend Derwin James. Forrest Lamp we already dealt with. Jerry Tillery. Will be interesting to see what we do with him. Anyone else? Like, we can't really get rid of anyone right now. So, I can't offer on Barkley. I only did Fred Warner. Fred Warner is more important. if we were to move, and I don't think we're going to be able to get him. The fact that he didn't sign there tells me we're not going to get him. And he hasn't signed yet at all. 5th year option, Tillery. Yeah, we'll pick it up. We need him right now. No one's offering on Fred Warner or Saquon right now. I want Saquon, dude. I want Saquon Barkley. I never see him in free agency. This is the first time. But it just doesn't make sense. We got Fred Warner. All right. I mean, back to 4-3 land it is. NFL Draft Time 2022. We pick at number 3 overall. What is in this class? Again, I'm looking at corner. I'm looking at safety. We filled the linebacker need. Ooh, Stevie O'Connell looks pretty good. Don't need him. There's some really solid corners in this class. I'll probably trade down from 3. Alonzo wins. Okay, Alonzo. All right, trading number 3 gets me 5 and 37. Probably could have even gotten more. And I'm going to take a cornerback at number 5. His name is Mac Seiler. And I think he's going to be someone that's versatile for us. He's 6'3", 202 pounds. Does everything pretty well. Some other good corners still down the board. And I don't mind the reach at all with that star better development. There we go. Mac Seiler, 6'3", 21 years old out of BYU. So, you know, he's playing like a little bit more amped up. He's got that Mormon power on him. And you get a lot of built-up aggression, if you know what I mean. 69 zone coverage, nice to go with 75 man. So he's a cornerback. Don't really think he's someone that could play safety for us. Maybe free safety and develop zone. Tackling isn't too high. He's not especially fast. Pretty well-rounded. I think he'll just probably stay at corner for us. This is the next corner I'm looking at, Kentrell Peterson. Wouldn't be super upset if I didn't get him because there's another cornerback in Jalen Kilgore. Baller, skipped the combine, only 5'9", but looks to be a monster. And again, baller, said Roger Goodell, I'm not doing your damn combine. Merchant description, skip the combine. I'm going to simulate to the pick. See if both those guys are available and then make a tough decision, more than likely. Oh, who is this tight end? Rayshon Bruce looks pretty interesting. Although, what corner is still available? Kentrell Peterson is, and so is Jalen Kilgore. Can I get both? ¿Por qué no los dos? I'll see if I can get both of them. Kentrell Peterson here, 76 overall, normal dev, number 5 in the class. Took him at 26. I'll take that. He seems to be a little bit more athletic, but worse technically than the last corner we took. He almost seems more suited to play safety. Kentrell Peterson, someone that could potentially move back. I hope the other cornerback is still available here. I really do. If not, it doesn't matter too much because we already drafted 2 cornerbacks, but I hope he's available. And he is. Jalen Kilgore, number 1 in the entire draft. Only normal development, but he's a monster. Also another guy that could move to safety. High tackling. Man coverage is super high, though. I'm going to leave him at corner, especially at 5'9". But pretty solid draft for us so far. Have another second-round pick. I don't even know if I'm going to take this. Trading a 2, a 5, and a 6 this year. The rest of our draft for 2 next year from the Bears. Or Vikings. No, Vikings. I need to get this off my screen, but it's not going to leave, so I got to restart the game. I didn't have anyone on my draft board to change. I bet it's still going to be there. It's been there for years now. Can they get that out of the game, please? All right, where are we now? Season number 3? I think so. Season number 4. I don't know where we are. I think it's season 3. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be based on development here. Team's looking pretty good. Back in a 4-3. We experimented with the 3-4, but it did not stick. And the reason that I only did that, as I mentioned before, was to get development traits. Also, John Thompson's a big boy. This dude looks about like 7 feet tall, 400 pounds. I know he's 6'3", 313. He looks huge. And he's quite good for us. A lot of scheme fits all over the place. This is a monster defense. We just need improvements in certain spots. I could have Kilgore play free safety. I don't know. It'd be a shame not to get him a lot of playing time. I like Nasir Adderley too much. He was my draft crush coming out of Delaware, like last year in the draft. I can't give up on him this easily. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So Seiler's going to play probably in the nickel. I need a punter, right? What happened to the Money Badger, dude? We got Brett Maher there now, so I need a punter. Seiler will play in the nickel. We'll see how he does there. Great defensive line. Fred Warner will be our sub linebacker. Jackson can stay in the slot. Austin Eckler in the third down and power back positions. And I think we're just going to simulate to the midseason mark and check in with you guys there. Just want to make sure my playbooks are correct. But I will see you guys at the midseason mark. Midseason mark, we are 5-2, doing pretty well, although not top of the AFC West. And the Chiefs are making a good push to make sure we're not even second either. We're in a good spot, though. It's going to be a tough Week 9 matchup against the Patriots. Quentin Nelson is an impending free agent. Want to definitely extend him. I mean, that's the biggest piece of our offensive line. So clearly, that's going to be a priority. We got some XP to spend for our coach as well, coach level 10. And, yeah, it's going to be imperative to bring a lot of these guys back. And I do love me some Nasir Adderley. It might be time to let go. It might be time to let go of Nasir Adderley just based on who we have behind him. We don't have a ton of money. We have to extend Quentin Nelson. We're paying him as a tackle, so this is not cheap. He might even sign a tackle-like extension in real life at some point. And then Derwin James, I mean, it's got to be a 6-year deal. That's what he wants, so it's going to be imperative to sign him that. He's not going to accept much less. And then Brian Bulaga, we're not going to have the money for. We just won't have it. So we got to figure something out. Who can I trade in the offseason? I don't know yet. I mean, Bulaga's our worst contract here, and then Casey Hayward. Both those guys, I mean, they put us in a tough spot. Casey Hayward's probably on his way out. Trey Turner's getting overpaid, but, I mean, I didn't really have a choice with him. Herbert's due for an extension in the distant future. We won't have to worry about that, actually, because of his rookie deal. Seiler's getting paid a lot, but he's going to be good. I don't know. We just can't really get rid of anybody right now, which we don't have to. Another playoff berth for this team. Stork didn't bring this one. We worked for it, man. 9-7. Finished third in the division. Still made the playoffs. The Broncos went 8-8. 13th best offense. Haven't really been able to find the rhythm with the offense. Second best defense in terms of yards, though. So the defense really stepped up big time. 23rd in points scored. I mean, that's just not going to cut it. Our defense was the best in the league, though, overall, I think you'd have to say. Herbert was not that good. Austin Eckler was not that good. I mean, Herbert's numbers were, like, not bad, by the way. It was just, like, in comparison, you like to see, like, 40 touchdowns, interceptions down. But, I mean, obviously, it's not a bad season. Don't get me wrong. Jamie Jackson, really good year. Keenan Allen, I feel like, has been quiet for a lot of this rebuild. But, I mean, he's been just solid. Not really much else to say other than his crazy first year. Fred Warner, really solid overall. A lot of tackles for loss and a lot of sacks in this defense. 17.5 for Joey Bosa, 10.5 for Nwosu. I got decent pressure from our tackles, interceptions. Not that many, but spread out from the team. Did fairly well. Stevie O'Connell wins MVP as a rookie with the Bears. David Lewis behind him. All you need to do is be a rookie and start on the Bears, and you're going to win MVP pretty much. The Bears' offensive playbook seems to be super overpowered, except for when I use it. Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC, we got Herbert at 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Devin Bush. Shocked that Bosa's not in here higher. He's at number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Rick Peck. Don't like that name at all. Steven Childress at 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Roman McLeod. Max Seiler at 2. No other Chargers. All right, Patriots here. We played them already in the regular season. Can we beat them now in the wild card? No. Nope. Offense sucks. I'm going back to Chargers playbook. It was good year 1. Shouldn't have changed, probably. Shouldn't have changed. Not that that's the reason we lost, but probably just shouldn't have changed. Vikings, Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Show me something here. Brian Bulaga, what is your overall? Oh, he retired. Okay, that makes that a little bit easier. I just can't bring back Nasir Adderley. I'm sure I will miss him. I don't have the money, and he doesn't make sense for the team. Just can't happen. So we need a right tackle pretty badly. It's going to be a focus in the draft. And then defensively, I thought we had a superstar X factor. Just back there, it was just Derwin James twice. Seiler has superstar dev, though. That screams starting free safety. He's not really his own guy. I think Peterson might move back, maybe. He's 23. A little bit higher zone coverage there. It's going to be Peterson or Kilgore. And it's going to be, I don't know. Probably Kilgore. Casey Hayward's got to go. Casey Hayward will get me a tackle or safety. I'll tell you that much. Maybe he won't, actually. I'm not even sure. It depends what's available in the draft. We're going into our final season. So we need to draft either a stud offensive lineman or a really good safety. Pick at number 21. Options might be limited. Ooh, center out of Texas, Robbie Barnes, early first rounder. In this, that's our first round pick, maybe. Tavon Kyle also looks really good. We don't need him. Devin Jones looks really good. Man, damn, he got that loud. He's a good player. There are a lot of good players here. This guy can battle. He's out here. Might work for us. Seems to be pretty versatile. I hate myself. Another battle? Okay. Interesting. All right, what's available for us here? Hargrove looks great. Still need a quarterback. What players are still available? Kirk Battle? Kirk Battle. That's a free safety right there, let me tell you. Is that center still there? He is. Can I get both? Bradley Battle didn't look that good. Oscar Duvall looks great. We don't really need him. 4.48 speed at middle linebacker is the third fastest. That's pretty ridiculous. I want to see Tavon. I know he's not available anymore. I want to check him after the draft. He looked really good. I'm taking a corner here. It's going to be Kirk Battle. Looks to be a monster. We're taking him. Number 7 in the class, 76 overall. Yeah, I mean, he looks more like a safety or a slot corner. Nice hit power, nice press. No development trait is a little bit disappointing. Probably should have used Casey Hayward to trade up. Is there anything else? The center. And then we can maybe move him to tackle. You know what they say. Nothing like a center moving a tackle. That's happened never. Casey Hayward at a 3 gets me a first-round pick, number 26 overall, where I intend to take that center to play at right tackle. It's unconventional, but I'm not going to try. We're just going to take him because he looks good. 76 overall, number 5 in the draft. Only normal development. Looks like Forrest Lamp. And he's extremely well-rounded. Nice awareness, nice speed, and he'll play right tackle. Take Brennan Garner here in the second. Seems to be pretty good. Number 17 in the draft, took him at 53. Normal dev, 74 overall. Good depth pickup. We could trade Jerry Tillery to save cap room. We could also use picks to make a big trade if we wanted to. Could involve Jerry Tillery. What position would I be going for? Like a stud safety, maybe. Desmond King could also move back to safety, but then we don't have the corners. So, no. It turns out you got to trade your entire team if you want Antoine Winfield Jr. Dumb. Yeah, I mean, the CPU can have it. They can have it. Ooh, Kenneth Murray got up to superstar. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, we just don't have the development traits to hang here, so this is how the team's going to look. I have no problems with the offense or the defense. I ended up moving McDougal over to right tackle just because he's a bit of a higher overall. Also, his profile fits better at 6'5", 311 with higher strength. Just felt like it made more sense. Keenan Allen's going to move back into the slot. I don't want Desmond King to be my nickel corner. Haven't exactly figured out who I do want it to be, though, but I'll get back to you when I figure that out. Kentrell Peterson, that's who it is. Mid-season mark. I expect good things, and I was let down greatly. 2-5. 16th best offense. Defense is good. What's going on with the offense? I'm changing from LAC again. We suck. Back to Tennessee. Tried and true. It's our only chance. This is final season, so I'm not really worried about extensions or anything like that. But 2-5, man. We can still make the playoffs. We just need a turnaround. Show me a wild card berth at least. No way, dude. 9-7. We were a game out. Our offense brought it back. Herbert had a good year. Again, you wish the touchdowns were a bit higher, but that's a great year. Rushing, Austin Eckler was very solid. Receiving, Keenan Allen had a monster year again. Hunter Henry, not a ton of TDs, but a lot of catches, a lot of yards. Defensively, Fred Warner, really good year for him as well. Uchenna Nwosu had 13.5 sacks, interceptions, 4 for Desmond King led the way. Can I do another season somehow? Can we even afford it? I mean, I'll figure out a way. I'm just not sure if we're going to be ultra competitive. Yeah, I'm going to figure it out. Herbert at 3 for Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. No Chargers, Rookie of the Year, Matt Hargrove. No Chargers, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Devin Jones. Oh, I forgot about Tavon, whatever his name is. Let me check him out. There he is. Tavon Kyle went to the Cowboys. He's up to a 79 overall. Only normal development. Nice power moves, but seems to be pretty good. Seems to be. Dude, Herbert needs a big money extension. Can we even afford it? I mean, we can. Would he accept a 5-year deal? You're not testing free agency. That's bad news for you. Except it's way more expensive now to franchise. Oh, we have no money. We really only need Kenneth Murray, but Justin Herbert just killed me because I didn't offer him a 6-year deal. No. Yeah, no, I need to make some cuts. Tillery, I can't trade him right now. I just have to release him. It's not worth it. We have defensive tackles behind him, and then Trey Turner probably is a cap casualty as well. Replaceable. Ooh, the penalty, I don't know if that's worth it. Forrest Lamp, he gets cut. He's just worse. Yeah, that's worth it. I know it worked out to be about the same, but Trey Turner's an 81 and Forrest Lamp is a 76. Now we should be able to afford Kenneth Murray at least. Still, what do you mean we still can't? That is not how much cap room we have. It isn't. I promise you it's not. We have more. Like, I just cleared it. Come on, dude. I'm going to have to cut Trey Turner as well. Offensive linemen just don't matter as much in Madden. This one's gone kind of weird because usually I don't get into this much trouble financially. Don't have any loan sharks out here, but I'm not going to be able to afford Kenneth Murray still. It's like I just cut him for no reason, which was cool. What is the contract I can offer? I can't even offer what I can't. Well, okay. The Herbert non-extension franchise tag has killed my team. Terrible, terrible, terrible. We're going to simulate to pick number 18 now that we're in the draft. This is the final draft for certainly the final season. We're still going to be successful, I think. But we need to replace some of the players that we lost. What a sick tight end. A little slow. For Madden, at least, but not bad. Dude, did they buff something with the draft classes? Centers are wild now. Johnny Dugans looks sick. I'm just going to take him right here. Johnny Dugans, 77 overall, number 1 in the class. He is a center and a 77 overall. He's solid. He'll play guard for us because we lost the other ones. See if you can handle the rest. Whatever you get, you get. Okay, so we'll check out the team. We have some weaknesses. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, we don't even have Austin Eckler anymore. The team drafted DeMario Randolph. He's a nice overall. I guess he's our starter. I totally forgot about Austin Eckler. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. The team also drafted Arsenault, who has better development. The CPU does better than I do in that. No, the players suck. Don't get me wrong. I would never want these players. But they do have good development traits. I'll give them that. I could sign Rojo. That's probably a better bet, right? Yeah, there's our starting running back. Can I even afford a kicker? Yeah, we got Fat Randy coming on in. There we go, Fat Randy. Why are punters infinitely more expensive than kickers? That feels backwards. But we will simulate to the midseason mark. Hopefully this is it. I didn't want to end on a non-playoff berth. That might end up happening anyway. We made it for 3 straight seasons and then missed. It's like kind of like the opposite of what you'd want in a rebuild, honestly. But Herbert killed us for cap. We had to get worse. And we are 2-5 again. Why? Why? 17th offense. Maybe missing a right guard is killing us. Our defense dropped back as well. It's all over, boys. It's over. It's over. We're not making the playoffs. Even with a good second half, I feel like this team just feels uninspired at this point. We lost too many big players. Gave out too many big contracts, I guess is what it came down to. It was Herbert. Herbert got really expensive. We missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. Went 7-9. Oh, my God. 8th best offense. Herbert led the league in passing yards and touchdowns. Our defense is the one that regressed. So, okay, you can talk about the players we lost on offense. Austin Eckler, Trey Turner, Forrest Lamp. We had one of the best offenses in the league, and our defense was trash. Rojo wasn't good either. I mean, we had nothing at running back. That's terrible. I mean, we threw for so many yards. We had 4 receivers with 870 yards or more. 2 with double-digit touchdowns. I know Hunter Henry. He counts. I mean, it's such a weird year. Fred Warner was great. Did Kenneth Murray make that much of a difference? Herbert finished his 2nd for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, same deal. Defensive Player of the Year, Garrett. Fred Warner at 2. Rookie of the Year, Deshaun Sellers. Demario Randolph at 2. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Zach Crawford. It really just came down to our defense there in the final year. That's wild. I don't know why our defense just became so bad. Nothing really changed other than Kenneth Murray. That's just what it was. So odd. I mean, we had some players develop into being beasts. Really good. Like Lamar Wild's up to an 89. I think the one that flew super under the radar is Max Seiler is up to an 88. 91 man. Doesn't really do much for zone coverage. And then offensively, the star of the show, Justin Herbert. 94 overall. Superstar development is what he ends at. Only 27 years old. Looking like, one of the best QBs in the league. But that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.